Ooh. Good thing I set everything up. I don't like that feature. I don't like that feature. That's spooky. That feature's spooking me out. There we go. Alright. Let's draw. Not get distracted. It's inevitable. So, that way then? Okay. Alright. Getting this picture done today. Had enough. I've had enough of the abuse. Uh-oh. Oh. Of course I would do that. I like that. I don't like that. I like that. I don't like that. Stinking. Stinking, stinking. Hi, human. Thank you. I'm drawing. That's what I want to do for Mother's Day. I want to be left alone and allowed to draw for 300 years. I'm almost done with this picture. I mean, relatively, in the scope of I've been working on it for 2 months straight. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by when I'm doing only boring things and not being a parasitic creature that only wants to see people fail and die. I appreciate that. You are a rarity in the community. One of the few people that make it not terrible to stream. I should tell people that. I should tell the people that make it actually not terrible to stream because it seems like I don't like it and I don't, and then there's a reason for it. You can only be people's fucking punching clown for so long before you're just like, why do I even let people treat me like shit all the time? But I appreciate the people that don't treat me like shit. That's nice. Obviously, the people that don't treat me like shit aren't miserable, so it shows. I can tell the people that are miserable in chat versus the people that aren't. Very, very obvious. I'm a mom every other day of the year, so on this day, I get to be chosen to get left alone. That's my decision. I do everything for everybody all the time. I want to be left alone sometimes, and this is my day to choose to do so. So it's about that fuck off energy, fuck off energy, fuck off energy. Only nice people allowed. Only love people allowed. Only beautiful people allowed. Just today. No, not just today. Forever. I don't have to allow stinky fucking creatures to be around my life. I really don't. I don't have to allow stinky creatures to be around my life. Okay? Alright, stinkies? Alright, sperms? Alright, sperms? Alright, spermers? Let's see. Is the whole thing out? The bear got minted. There was a mint fiasco. Bearsy. Loop. My alien? It's not really visible though, because it's blinking. Oh, you fucking faggot whore. Yay, I love picking all my stuff up. Good thing I don't have the... Oh, you know what? That's actually beneficial. So I got a new purse, bitch. And we're switching it up. Let's switch it up. Why the hell do I have a Wonderland card? Where the fuck is that from? Look at my new purse. Look at my new purse. I wish I could. It's unfortunately the stinky sperms that are in the most need of love, so they gravitate towards people that actually still have the capacity to love. Because if only their mother had loved them more, they wouldn't be the way that they are. So now they subconsciously seek out motherly types that they wish they would have had in their lives as a positive influence and take out the abuse that they should have taken out on their own mother on women that are actually better mothers than theirs were. That's actually what we have going on here, but it's okay if they don't understand that. They do understand that. All of them know that. If their mom was even a percentage as good as mom that I have been, then they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing online, because my kids don't do that, and they're adults. And they're young adults. Yeah, my favorite color and my favorite being on the planet. He knows me well. He got me a big ass bong and a big ass purse. That's a man that really knows your needs. He really listened to the shit that I said, because I'm like, I completely forgot about Mother's Day. I don't think about Mother's Day because I don't really think about myself in any capacity other than my birthday. So I was like, dude, please, for my birthday, can you get me a decent bong that works? Because this thing is so fucking bad. It makes me want to fucking die, dude. I hate it. He got me a big ass, and then the purse I've been bitching about forever. But I'm like, I just need a bigger one. It's not that my other one doesn't work. It's just that it's too small, and I like to be able to stuff shit into it and keep bones and shit when I'm out. Collect bones like a creepy old witch. This is my other one. That's my old one, was the Tree of Life, which is also very fitting for me. But it's too small. It's very tiny. I need to be able to hoard rocks and fucking bones and sticks and fucking shit. I gotta have a nature bag. It's a good call. It was a good call. The dude fucking can listen. You gotta give him that. He can listen to some shit. That's nice. I appreciate that. Am I too tiny to reach? I'm a midget. No! I'm a midget. I can't reach. I just wanted to hang it up. I'm a midget. I can't reach. Yeah, let's put these in the view. Oh my god, they smell fucking divine, baby. Alright, here we go. Now my bouquet is in there. I had to. I want an old lady hippie giant bag. I collect way too much shit on my walks. And I always don't want to bring a grocery bag into the store and then carry 500 things. That's actually mainly what it is when every time I go to the grocery store and I don't remember the reusable bag and I'm carrying 500 things in my hands, even though I should have grabbed a basket or a cart, and I just try to carry everything. That's probably it too. The fiasco of dealing with that fucking particular scenario, very specific scenario every time I go to the store. Oh, I forgot the bag again because I never remember because I haven't been conditioned my entire life to bring a grocery bag to the store with me. It's just always been a given for my entire existence that we get fucking bags at the store. And at the grocery store, I like it because I get paper bags so I can compost them. But if it's fucking Walmart or something, dude, I don't want their fucking shitty bags. I'm not paying those motherfuckers any more than I have to. I don't even want to shop there. I don't even want to fucking shop at Walmart. I hate Walmart so much. If I never had to go there for the rest of my fucking life, I would be ecstatic. I would do a celebratory dance if I never had to go to fucking Walmart again for the rest of my life. It's not even the people either. It's the extortion on Chinese shit. I'm not even bad about the people. The people that are the worst in this town are at the snooty grocery store. But the people at Walmart aren't bad. The employees at Walmart are really nice. That's not the problem. The problem is no matter what you go there for anymore, you're just getting literally bent over and raped by fucking extortionist prices on Chinese shit. It'd be nice if we didn't just have to spend every fucking dime of our lives. Your latest stream report? What's Streamlabs doing? The only reason I'm using fucking Streamlabs instead of StreamYards is because StreamYards is doing some weird, we're overloaded with fucking traffic today shit. Yes, that's true. Dude, I've been gathering a bunch of... I gather seeds, I gather plants, I gather everything. I pick up garbage. That's why I'm glad I have the dog poop bag, because I have an extra big, like, plastic bag to carry the dog poop bags, but I always end up carrying, like, garbage in it, too, that I pick up. So it's like a garbage bag, a dog poop bag, a fucking plant start bag, a seed bag, whatever I can find along the way, bones. And what the fuck else did I get recently? Baby salmon berry. Baby bleeding heart. Baby horsetails. I'm just trying to build a medicinal native garden. Salmon berries are very native to here. I would like to have a patch of salmon berries because they do really well regardless of what the season's like. They're not super delicious, but I'm sure you can make food out of them like jelly. Yeah, StreamYard's not working today, and I don't have the patience for that. I'm not fucking around, so I just like bypass. Like, nah, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait for whatever you're doing right now. Maybe they're just updating the whole thing, but I just don't have patience for any of it, so. I'm like, no, I just literally haven't even streamed in a week, so I'm gonna, you know, I'm just gonna use what I got that actually works and not fucking have to deal with bullshit technical stuff. Seems like other days would be higher traffic days. I don't know why today in particular would be the highest traffic day. The amount of ads on here is like unbearable. It's real. It's not as bad as YouTube though. It's not every single song, at least. Fucking nightmare anymore, dude, with this shit. They just want you to be like fucking infuriated. Literally. They want you to be infuriated so you pay for their fucking premium overpriced gay shit. Sorry, we don't have any money left, guys. If the corporations really wanted to extort us more, they maybe should have thought about paying everybody livable wages so they could afford to buy extra shit anymore. Crazy. That's rad. That's cool. Dude, I follow somebody on Instagram that makes a bunch of art out of all picked up garbage, salvage like plastic and stuff, and she'll make it into little like cute earrings, and she's made art installations. She like made an entire mermaid costume out of scavenged stuff. She's rad. I wish she was fully supported full time as an artist, because she's not, because that's like a really admirable thing, in my opinion, to do, is to turn trash into treasure. I love that. But it's fucking rough economy, bro. Hi, Rigi. 9 to 15's not bad. I don't know how much he got that for. He probably got it from the crystal shop, because we have friends that run the crystal shop, so I'm sure he did. He's always good at finding stuff that I'll like. He knows my tastes very well by now. And like I said, it's both thoughtful, because I mentioned both the things that I needed. So it's not just like gifts. It's like he got stuff that I had mentioned that I actually wanted, which is more than you can ask for from most people that don't pay attention to the shit you say. You know what I mean? That's the difference between somebody that actually gives a shit about you, is when they listen to shit that you say and then they get you shit just because they like paid attention to what you were saying. They save it in a little bank for later. That's genuine. That's care. That's love. I don't know. I like that. That's thoughtfulness, you know? My son sent me a crazy bouquet yesterday, and I was like, who the fuck sent me this? It was crazy. I was like, I've never gotten a bouquet this nice in my life. My stuff's not showing in the background of me, though. I would have to scoot over a little bit, like that. Aw. I wanted the mirror to be there, though, because everybody's got to be responsible for reflecting their own energy back to them, you know what I mean? Everybody's got to be responsible for the things they say and realize that they're yelling into a mirror, but I want to get the other bouquet so I can set it back to you. Oh, dude, I wish I had that all the time. I wish I had that all the time. Imagine being privileged enough to have beautiful flowers all the time. It's fucking glorious, dude. That's glorious. I know, I've never gotten one that nice in my life, and the rose one is literally from my angel neighbor across the street who grows the roses herself, and she is like, she's nicer than my actual mom. Hi, Lucky. Thank you. So yeah, it's crazy. She made that bouquet with love. So I got the bouquet with love from my neighbor, and then my kid delivered me the other one, and he didn't tell me that he sent it. So there's just like this giant thing of flowers, and they show up. I'm like, who the fuck sent this? Nobody has ever sent me a huge. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick, but that's sweaty. That's a sweaty bouquet right there. Yeah, they smell fucking crazy because they have lilies in them. This is the first time I've ever felt like universe flowers, you know what I mean? It's very sweet. My neighbor gives me flowers. She loves me and I love her. She is the sweetest. And if I had a fucking rose garden, I would give her a rose fucking bouquet too. But, yeah, it's cute. It's nice to feel loved. Lilies? Yeah, I have a daylily that, or not a daylily. I don't know what kind of lily. Like literally years back. It was years back. Mud got me this lily, and it's like orange. I think it's orange. Or yellow. I don't remember. I think it's orange. But it's just like a really low growing little lily, and I still have it. It's cute. Dude, my neighbor. Hi, Kevin. I see you. I'm doing an art, Kevin, of the animal that you said. It's not done yet, but it's coming along. It's gonna be good. I'll show you when I'm done. What's up, Willie? How's it going, fuckface? Nightmare. They are so strong. That's why I like them. I love the strongest smelling flowers. I love the strongest smelling flowers. That's why I love lilies and jasmine and lilacs. And honeysuckles. I want overwhelming smells. I want the whole yard to smell like it. That's why I bought the Damascus rose. The Damascus rose, the old world roses are designed to smell better. They have more fragrance. They're for oils. I bought a rose that is old world fragrant so that it will smell the whole yard up. Two kinds of people. True. Okay, I will, Kevin. I will. It's so pretty. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. No, Willie, you know what the little one calls them? Is perfume eggs. Because it has to be the opposite of stinky sperm. So it's a perfume egg. There's stinky sperms and perfume eggs, and he's mad that I don't draw more perfume eggs because he thinks that I should draw wholesome people being beautiful, like in a little bubble, like an egg. You know what I mean? He's mad that I don't draw perfume eggs. So I'm going to have to eventually, like Steve Irwin, like a face, a little perfume egg, like he's all happy. I'm going to have to do that because I agree with him. It shouldn't only be stinky sperms. It should also be perfume eggs. He's right, dude. Says the person who's incorporating dog turds into his art, by the way. The youngest male has started incorporating dog turds that end up on the patio into chalk art. I don't know, man. He's definitely my kid. Like, draw chalk art, like, something to do... I don't even want to describe it. It's terrible. Anyway. Hypo. Cheers, fuckface. Insane. It's hard to describe, but he's very creative. He's like, I'm gonna, because I always clean him, and he's like, every time it happens, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, shut the hell up. I don't care about your turd art. It's gross. Stay, like, don't be doing this. It's so stupid. My dog's autistic. I guess there's autism current running strongly through the entire property. I love sweet peas so much, especially when there's multiple colors like white and pink and purple all together, because they are very, very abundant in the forest here, and I love them. I very, very much love the wild ones that I can find at the end of the year. Hi, Scrambles. How's it going, fuckface? What's up? I have a lot of stuff. It's this thing that most people consider a weed. It's just a native plant here. It's just a wild cucumber vine. It's a wild cucumber vine. They make these crazy spiky pods for their seeds. They look like little grenades with spikes all over them. And I love them. I keep the seeds. The seeds are a lot like... I'll go on another tangent about the seeds because it's a whole separate lore. The seeds are nice, and I keep them and I carry them with me because they're big and smooth, and it's like one of those worry stone type situations. But the plant traditionally, it has Native American medicinal uses. They said that the seed pods or the seeds can be dried and crushed and used as mascara. I don't know about that. I'd have to research the chemical properties or the fucking constitution of it. I don't want to fucking poison myself. But they are really pretty. They make little flowers. They vine everywhere. And the root is called man root because it's so big that when pieces of it wash out in floods, people think it's a torso of a body because they're fucking gigantic. And this fucking vine is so big that it's crawling like 12 feet up one of my trees. It's crazy. I love sweet peas too. You know what's crazy about you saying that is I found little tiny, tiny varieties of wild sweet peas, and they're like the weedy kind, the little teeny, teeny ones. that just grow in the grass, but they're definitely peas because they look like it. They're little vines, they have little tiny flowers, they just stay really tiny and stunted. But I found some of them in the sidewalk cracks yesterday, and I was like, I should transplant some of these into a better spot. I bet they'd spread around the whole yard, and they wouldn't be big like that and beautiful, but they'd at least be little tiny ones, and they would be doing better in soil than in the sidewalk cracks. The deers bring a lot of seeds. The deer bring a lot of seeds through. Yes, you're so lucky. That sounds fucking rad. Hiking. We're doing an adventure tomorrow because Squidward has to work today. Not Squidward. We can't call him Squidward anymore. Squid's weird. So Mud is working. So I think we're going to the beach tomorrow. I hope we're going to the beach tomorrow. I want to go to the beach. I'm trying really badly to go to the beach tomorrow. I want to drive there really bad. So I'm hoping that I'll get to touch sand tomorrow. That would be so nice. I want to take my puppy to the beach so she can dig down to China. But anyways, so what I was going to say about the seeds too. The seeds are really big, round, and flat. And apparently, there's like this lore with horse chestnuts and buckeyes, which are buckeyes, I think they're like similar. They're a very similar looking tree, but buckeye seeds, they look like an eyeball. So, like in lore, they're like a lucky ward. They're like a protection ward that you can keep on you. And horse chestnuts work the same way. And they're like worry stones, and you can wear them down. But the buckeye in particular, the actual buckeye is a lottery charm. It's supposed to make gambling a little bit better and more lucky for you. But I don't have those. We have horse chestnuts here, but they kind of serve the same purpose. But they also look like an eyeball. So it's like the ward of the evil eye, and then also a good luck charm. And it's funny because I had always, for some reason, just gravitated towards keeping the horse chestnuts and rubbing them because I like the smooth texture. But it's like a fucking uh human custom for hundreds of years, if not thousands, of keeping those seeds and using them as a charm and rubbing them and carrying them everywhere and keeping them for years. Fucking crazy. Oh my God, sweet pea bouquets. See, I grew my own bouquet for the first time this year. I'll show you because it's close enough for me not to lose fucking Wi-Fi on. Damn, dude, that's good odds because usually the odds on lotto tickets are fucking garbage. I hate gambling. I never gamble. I would never gamble. I would never gamble, and when people gamble, it fucking pisses me off. Not gonna lie. But anyway, here's the bouquet that I grew myself this year. I can't see my fucking camera at all. Oh, there we go. My rose bush. It's got so many fucking blooms, dude. Look at all of the buds. It's doing crazy good this year. That rose bush is popping. That's like the one thing that I planted in here that's doing the best. So pretty proud of that. And this grapevine that I just bought right behind it's already making fucking baby grapes. I guess grafting is the way to go, baby, because first year makes grapes. Dude, my grapevines in the front have not made grapes the whole time, but the deer chew them all. So that's my bad. I planted another baby grapevine of a Concord back here too. Maybe that one will have better success than the Concords in the front yard that just continually get raped by deer. Because I don't have a fucking fence. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's funny because Mud rarely gambles, but when he does, he usually always wins because, like, he'll just have a feeling. I can smell the flowers. They're smelling up the whole thing. I want to make mine into a field. I want to make mine into a field. I want my backyard to have grass that's super tall like a field with wildflowers mixed in, but everything's going to fill in because I got a lot of shrubs, but I want there to be a lot of shrubs so that the birds have places to hide from my fucking nightmare cats. And the willows are taking over oh my God, dude, I got to show you something. I wonder if it'll show up. I found literally dude. So I've been foliar feeding everything. I've been making fertilizer and spraying everything with a little sprayer. And I have been finding that when you spray fertilizer on a caterpillar, they like buck the front of their body up like a little rodeo horse. They get really mad. And that's how I've been finding all the caterpillars. But there are literally so many caterpillars on my willows. And I see them dropping from strings out of the oak trees. So there's just like a billion caterpillars in my trees that are dropping down onto the willow trees. And now they're like doing this rodeo when I fucking spray them, and they're camouflaged so fucking good. I was tripping out. How good their camouflage is on my leaves is fucking insane, bro. It's crazy. I'm like, no bird or bug is even gonna be able to find them on this, bro. Okay, so I fucking darkened it up so you can actually see it. This motherfucker is laying literally perfectly camouflaged on that leaf. Like the leaf is underneath him, and his whole fat ass body is just laying on top of the leaf in the exact shape of the leaf. There's no bird in the world that's gonna find that motherfucker. I'm like, bro, no wonder these motherfuckers. Then there's another dude. Hold on. This one you can actually see the leaf because the fucking bitch isn't bigger than the leaf. This one's easier, and there's literally another caterpillar in the background of this one too. It's so stupid. Like that one laying completely curved. This fuck face, look at him. Just blending perfectly into the leaf. Nothing's finding that. Nothing's finding that caterpillar. They're just gonna fucking thrive back there, bro. Autistic. Literally autistic. Come on, dude. And then also, here I'll flex this too. Like, Mud got me a hibiscus bush, I think 2 years ago for Mother's Day, maybe. And it got eaten completely by the deer, but I took a cutting of it and it actually flowered yesterday. There's one hibiscus flower on my little stick. So that's a flex. I got one left. Dude, they do. He's like, nah, that's funny because I spray them and they start flipping their head up. And it's so funny to me. I'm like, dude, chill out. If that was bug poison, they should be flipping out because then they'd be dead. It's literally just fucking plant food and it's not toxic. It's made out of fermented organic things. It will not hurt them. They would actually probably drink it. It's so funny. They get all butthurt and offended, and I'm like, dude, chill. It's literally just plant food. You're fine. The plants are very happy. Oh my God, that's cute. They're one of my favorites. They are one of my favorite flowers in the world. I love them so much. I'm drawing one. I have a drawing of one that I started. I didn't do very much on it though. I only started the very basic trace of it. I want to draw a whole rainbow of flowers going up. But it's crazy. I drew that hibiscus and then very shortly after it bloomed. It's like I summoned it. I summoned the hibiscus. I drew one at the bottom. It's almost invisible. It's so light because it's pencil. But there's a hibiscus at the bottom, and I'm going to keep drawing beautiful flowers going up. So, yeah. It won't make, I don't think it'll make any more than that. My goal is just to try to keep it alive so it can do better eventually. Because I have nurtured that thing and nursed it back from a stick, and I thought it was going to die all winter long. It looked like it was going to die, and I was like, please don't die. Please. Please don't die. My other ones were more orange, but this one's more red. I feel like it's turning back to its natural color. The other ones were like a weird yellowish orange, and I was like, that doesn't really look like a hibiscus that I've seen, but this one's more reddish than orange, and the red ones are usually what it is, I thought. Same, that's just why I take nature pictures. That's why I'm always hanging out with nature. That's why I'm always doing everything nature, because people are draining, and most people don't give anything back, and nature gives everything back. Nature gives more than it takes. Nature gives more than it takes, and every time you give something to nature, it shows its love and appreciation to you, which is way more than you can say for human beings. Way more. There's something really satisfying about like just taking care of nature. I like it a lot more than everything. We're nature, but people are just like less grateful. People don't care about your care as much. That's what's depressing. Only very, very few people will ever care about your care. That's what the depressing part is. That's why I just always care for nature. Because nature cares about me as much as I care about it and more. People don't. Um, Bees here and hummingbirds are pretty stable. The mason bee population, the mason bee population at my house is insane. You know, I just I made a little mason bee house for them because they're local or they're native bees and they don't sting, so I like to encourage them, but I realized all of these places that they nest around the property this year by just watching them and observing, and they do not need my stupid little house, but they use it. You don't care about anything? Uh-oh. Are you at that stage? That's a good stage, though. If you don't care about anything, then you can go anywhere from there. Really? Well, at least you're doing the work of trying to build the population back up. I live in a really rural place. That's why. I live in a really rural place, and the main things that I get sad about, everyone is all by themselves. I agree. I agree. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Isolation is a good thing sometimes, but it's a bad thing if it happens too much. I do not prefer to be alone. I've never preferred to be alone. I prefer to be around people. I'm very much a village person. I don't like being a loner person. I don't think most people like being a loner person. I don't think most people like being alone. I think everybody seeks to be around a community. But nature is nice too. Observing nature alone is nice. But everybody still wants to be around a community of human beings. Aw, that's cute. The hummingbirds here are so elusive. I just hear them chirping. I don't see them that much because my trees are really big. I don't have smaller trees that I really see them unless they're on one of the flowers. I can't notice them yet. They don't have anything to eat to come down to my level yet. Destiny seeks to be, that could be true. But maybe it's just because nobody is meant to be permanent. But that doesn't mean that we have to be alone forever. That just means that most people in life will be transitional, which is sad, but it's okay. That's life. If most people in life are just transitional, then you don't really have to hold on to anything and you can do whatever the fuck you want. I agree with that. Well, some people, I think most people are transitional in our lives. I think there's very few people that actually stay in your life forever. That's a very rare quality. But I don't think we're loners. I don't think anybody's a loner, naturally. No way. Don't believe it. I don't believe anybody's a loner naturally. And people that have convinced themselves of that are just trying to cope. I think that's a cope. They're like, I like being alone. You're like, no, you don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe anybody likes being alone. If you think that you like being alone, you've just accepted that as part of your cope. Because everybody seeks human interaction. Everybody seeks human validation. Even the people that pretend that they don't seek human validation are literally seeking human validation in their claim that they don't. Or else they wouldn't do anything, they wouldn't say anything, they wouldn't be seen. If you truly did not seek human validation or connection or communication and anything, you would not be seen. Everybody that's seen seeks human connection. And if somebody says they hate all people and they are fine being alone, then they wouldn't ever be seen. They wouldn't ever be seen trying to be around or talk to anybody. Because if you were truly fine being alone, you wouldn't need other human beings, would you? I don't believe anybody is that way. I think even the bitter and miserable people that just are mean to people all the time, even they want to be around people. They just don't know how to do it properly. Because people fucked them up, particularly their mothers. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that ruined a bunch of entitled, lame, fat white men in America to be lonely and deserve it. The males in America that are lonely deserve their loneliness because they were raised by women that did not teach them the capacity to love and exchange energy properly with a woman. That's a harsh reality. But this community and its attitude and behavior towards human beings and women in general would not exist if every mother was properly doing their job. That's the truth. And I don't think that psychopathic hoarders would exist if mothers were properly doing their job, because a nurturing and proper mother will teach you how to be a nurturing and proper man and embrace your feminine side of your masculinity, which every man should desire and have, just as every woman should have masculinity to their feminine side. So a lot of men's mothers have failed them, and shines so brightly in America. It shines so brightly in America. The way that men treat women in this country and the way that they resent them and then complain about their loneliness is amazing. Lack of self-awareness and poor mothering. No self-reflection, no introspection, no responsibility for their actions, no self-awareness at all. Just a complete delusion in that no matter how fucking terrible they act, they still deserve attention from women somehow. It's amazing. It's fucking insane. The reason that a lot of men in this country are alone is because they deserve to be. They deserve to be. They deserve to be alone because they are miserable, they hate themselves, and as a result, they hate every woman that ever tries to interact with them. They just can't say it out loud. They pretend that they like them as they secretly hate them and sabotage it and treat them like shit because they hate themselves. They are helpless. They are. And you do become helpless when your mother fails you. You should have help from the only woman in your life that was supposed to give you love and nurturing and raise you to love other people and especially to love women. And if you were failed by your own mother, you are helpless because you were failed to be helped by the only person in your life that was supposed to help you. Period. Yeah, exactly. Ownership. It's so much ownership. I'm starting to believe that all relationships in America, because of the way that people have been brainwashed and raised and propagandized by society, it's ownership. It's ownership. It's not a mutual respect. It's some partial ownership because they feel like they have rights to your behavior and your body, and it's crazy. Society is a reflection of how you treat society. If society is cruel, then maybe the people themselves are being cruel. Society is cruel to all poor people, though, let's be really real. Society is cruel to all poor people. That's it. Because people are brainwashed to believe that rich people are justified. And this system has been going on for a long time. Well, you were probably raised right by your mother if you want to tell her that you love her one more time. That's true. The boundaries is important too. But
I think that that's a result of parents not being properly around to raise their children. And it's perpetuating even more today because they've created an economy where both people have to work full time to support a full life, in their opinion, to get all the shit that they're supposed to have. So then, if nobody's around to raise their children, then the schooling system and other mean, miserable kids with shitty parents are raising them. Then they turn into miserable pieces of shit because they have nobody that fucking cares about them. And then it's like when they see a flicker of love in any aspect of humanity, because they haven't gotten the love, they like gravitate towards it and try to fucking suffocate it and stomp it out. It's insane. I'm not pleased with the state of it. And I think that there's very few real men and women left, and that's the problem. I say that every single day. But then I go out and start changing my planet into what I want it to be. If I didn't have my like project, and that's why it was so important to me to have a place I could take care of the yard and work outside, because if I don't have that, I just don't have the motivation. For me, and not everybody's like that. Not everybody wants to take care of nature like that and grow things and grow food and all of that, but I do. And when I don't do that, it's depressing to me, and it gives me less of a reason to want to do anything. Yeah. I don't want to be alone all the time though. Loneliness, I think, is like I said, it's a time to recalibrate, and it's a time to get refresh and recharge your energy from people that drain you, but I don't think that solitude is a life choice. Damn. I mean, aliens is still a tribe though. You know what I mean? Aliens is still a tribe. It doesn't matter what your tribe looks like. If you have a tribe that you are spiritually aligned with, that is, it's still a tribe. Still a tribe. You know, I saw this fucking crazy one that I told Mud about and I can't find it. And it was on one of like the retro channels that we used to watch that would just stream old TV shows and movies. And it was like a parallel dimension where it's kind of like consciousness evolved with technology to where they had like living beings as the computers, and like they were just living really in sync with nature and all of this shit. And then it turns out that they had like shipped off all of the fucking rich people and politicians, and they were just like orbiting in a spaceship, and they did the reverse, and they sent the fucking parasites out into a spaceship, and they were fucking making the decision to blast it so that they didn't come fuck up the planet again, so that they can never do it again. It was wild. It was fucking wild, bro. It was wild. There's definitely aliens. The thing is, though, is that it's like, the way I look at it is like-minded people gravitate, right? Any aliens that gravitate towards our government, I'm not interested in knowing because they sound like scumbags. Any aliens that want to be friends with the US government, I don't want to be friends with those aliens. I want to be friends with the aliens that would never go anywhere near the White House. They do. They go everywhere. Do you know how many people would probably never say a word if they saw aliens because everybody would just think that they were insane? They've spent since about Mm. I would say they've spent about since the 1950s very heavily scaring everybody about aliens and making them so fringe that nobody wants to admit any of their experiences. Area 51 absolutely exists. If you look into the Dulce base in New Mexico, that was an underground research facility that did some fucking crazy alien shit. There's been so many of these things. Montauk Project. There's been, and conspiracy theorists have been talking about these things for this entire time. And now they're just drip feeding it out into the public because it's been long enough now that they can just admit everything that they've been lying about this entire time. And now everybody is so fucking stressed out and can barely struggling to survive financially that nobody gives a fuck about aliens. Is the alien going to pay my gas bill? Is the alien going to fucking buy my groceries? Is the alien going to give us fresh water? Then we don't care about the aliens because we're busy trying to survive on a slave planet where a bunch of rich psychopaths are fucking the rest of us over and bending us over and blasting our assholes every day of our lives. So we're already getting ass blasted. Do you think that an anal probe from another alien species is going to be even able to fit up there? If they think that another species can come blast our asses are full. Our asses are already full. Sorry, guys. We don't got any more room left. We're getting fucked every day by these rich psychopath diddlers. So if you want to get in line, maybe you can have a chance at our ass leftovers, but it's already completely full right now of slavery. Sorry. We're already enslaved. We can't be enslaved any further. I've had enough. I've had enough of all the bullshit and the distractions. Okay, I've had enough of the bullshit and the distractions, and until fucking these diddler politicians have their heads roll in the street, I don't care about aliens either. I'm sorry. That's a non-issue when it's been revealed that we have parasitic, vampiric fucking child murderers controlling the country. It's kind of like not as important. But, I mean, I've always believed that there's aliens. This is not a shock to anybody who's known anything for any amount of time. This is just them admitting to things that we've already known that they were lying about, just like everything else. That's cool. Because I think that's what aliens actually would be, and that's what aliens are. And they're trying to fake this false narrative of scary invading aliens because they need to continually justify their outrageous bullshit war spending and their fucking money laundering to make themselves rich. That's what Project Bluebeam is. They disclose aliens and then they're like, oh, they're a threat. We need a space force. We need all of your money for black budget projects. We can keep taxing you and raping your ass. And then they're building all these data centers like people think that this is actually for what AI is doing. You're out of your mind, dude. This is control mechanisms. They're putting control mechanisms in. They're putting fucking possible weather manipulation centers in because all the radars that were fucking blown up in Iran, now they have rainfall there. Imagine that. Imagine if they weren't manipulating our weather every day, what fucking could happen? Follow through. Probably take me. I too. So much like me, I feel sorry for you. Aliens are a lot of things. Aliens are interdimensional. Aliens are advanced species from other fucking star systems. Aliens are probably future humans. Aliens are a lot of things. And the government absolutely has reverse engineered tech, so you have to have discernment. Discernment is your internal bullshit meter. If it fucking smells like bullshit, sounds like bullshit, looks like bullshit, it's probably bullshit. Depends on what's coming out of the being. What's coming out of the being? Is the being a reskinned politician that's telling you it has all of the answers? It's going to do all of these things for you. It's going to be the new Jesus. Is it sounding like the Antichrist? Is it promising a lot of shit that probably isn't going to be true and you get a really bad feeling about it? Or is it just a curious advanced species that has no nefarious interest whatsoever other than other species exist and they like to look at them too, like we like to look at other parts of nature. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in other parts of nature that are just interested in other parts of nature. I'm not interested in fucking alien species that collaborate with corrupt diddler governments. That's it. I'm not interested in any alien species that collaborates and cooperates with corrupt diddler vampires. That's all I'm saying. So anyone that aligns with the US government, that's not my people. That's not my species. I'd rather align with the crocodile in the Everglades than politicians. I would rather align with a crocodile in the Everglades. At least it's honest about eating babies. They were hiding secret files this whole time. They knew. And then they made everybody that had actual experiences with aliens and UFOs, they gaslit them into thinking they were crazy and lying and threatened them with Men in Black and shit. That shit really happened. They threatened people about not talking about it. They threatened to kill people's families over this shit. And then just later on, when it's comfortable for them and when they need a distraction from the fact that they were diddling children, they pull the alien files out. Because they're scumbags. Our entire government is scumbags. And they work hand in hand with Israel, who is also scumbags. They're all corrupt, evil creatures. Creatures. The real creatures are the ones that are in the government and the ones that are leading corporations that are destroying the planet. Those are the real creatures. Exactly. Once again, they've done it before. They've done this before. It's called the mud floods. When everybody starts catching on to their schemes, they just run underground and wipe everybody out. They're such fucking cowards. I don't care if they do. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home whenever the ancestors choose to take me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, shit planet. Bye-bye, shit planet. It was fun. Actually, it wasn't. Would never choose to do this again. Never would do this again. I'm exactly on board with the fucking chick I was listening that, like, I had fun, but if I get the opportunity to go back, I'm not going. Agree. Fuck all of this. Not my job, ain't my job. To fuck you on your birthday. 11/22. These are not. Not that. Oh, shut your gay fucking mouth, faggot. Alberta. Cree. Oh. That's cool. They're just like, I was wondering what tribe they were from because that band is used in a lot of default native footage stuff because there's not that many native groups that make like powwow sounding music as a mainstream. I like that group though. Hey, they also put hydras in them. Hydra is the crazy part. The hydras are the crazy part because the hydra is an indestructible organism, and if you cut off its tentacles, they can reorganize and reorient themselves back together. It's literally better than a biological nanobot, because, or it's better than a nanobot because it's biological and it's existed for so long. It's nature's perfect replacement, inclusion. They have both. I'm just saying that they also put Hydra in it because I watched a video where a lady was fucking looking at the vaccines under microscopes and she found Hydra, which is very interesting find. And it was not just in one specimen. Hydra are very interesting because I'm obsessed with Hydra. I love them. That's a wild twist. It's a wild twist for that to have something to do with the vax because I've always been so intrigued by Hydras. And when I found them in my fish tank, I like literally cried of joy. They're so cute. They're little tiny sea anemones. Seems like they could be very damaging for the nervous system though, because they get very damaging for fish tanks because if they get too prolific inside the system, then they sting the fish to death. Interesting, right? Kind of like that's a bad idea. It's kind of like a bad idea to put something with fucking little stinging cells and let them inhabit vaccines. What would be the purpose of injecting those into people? Wonder what kind of weird shit they got going on. Because there's literally enough space under the ocean for them to have the coolest stuff. I think the why aren't we allowed to talk to dolphins thing has something to do with this. I think dolphins are aliens. I always have. I think dolphins and whales are aliens. That's why orcas are my favorite animal. I think there's an inner Earth, probably too. I think Atlantis is under the ocean now because of this same thing. I think Atlantis was one of the resets. Atlantis was real. It was one of the resets. I don't care who believes in any of this shit. Like, everybody that knows actual things sounds crazy before everybody else accepts them. This is how it's always been. Lemuria and Atlantis, two ancient civilizations. Atlanteans, more into technology, more reptilian-minded, interested in crystals, like to control the weather to a detrimental extent. Seemingly a lot like what we have going on. Lemuria, Hawaii, New Zealand, island energy, nature energy, mothering energy, loving energy, friend of the planet, worker of the planet, mammalian. Two different societies, same timeline, wiped out. Egyptian, they're not telling us everything about it because the pyramid, I think, was a giant energy conductor. And I think all of those things are giant energy conductors. They're preventing us from getting free energy from the atmosphere. Everybody that talks about getting free energy, because they have free energy devices. If they released the free energy devices, everybody would have energy and we would all be able to advance at a pace that would be unprecedented. You think the technology advances now? Give everybody in the world energy. Give everybody in the world access to electricity. Give everybody in Africa access to electricity. That's what they really don't want to do. They really don't want to give everybody in Africa access to electricity because what the fuck do you think's going to happen then? You should see the crazy inventions they come up with there with nothing. There might be a little bit of, inferiority competition complex going on here. A little bit. Just saying. Absolutely. Because I'm not going to be careful. Nah. I'm not scared. They're already trying to honeypot me with agents, so what else is going to go on now? If they can do anything, they'll do anything. They'll harass you. They'll have people just shit on you. They'll try to have people date you romantically. They're lying to you just to get information out of you. Yeah. There are. If you talk about the wrong thing, there's definitely agents, and there is agents fucking sneaking around even a shitty community like this. Imagine being so low on the totem pole at like the FBI or the CIA or the, Mossad that you have to monitor a shithole like this one. I've been saying this stuff since 2012. I've been saying this stuff since 2012. I said this on Facebook. So, yeah. They are humans. I get that. But your choices in life are either to bring people together or to divide them. I do not support anybody on this planet that uses their powers of creation to divide humanity. I only support people who use their powers of creation to try to bring humanity together in any way that they can. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I said the only way sometimes that they can get to people is through the fucking romantic fucking bait, because I was watching a video about it earlier. This woman that was talking about that kind of stuff, she's a scientist. They don't care about people that are retards that talk about free energy. They care about people that are scientists that are working on the technology. But she was talking about how she would just get honeypotted every 6 months by agents. They just like pretend to be romantically interested in her, lead her on in a relationship for 6 months, and then break it off at 6 months because they're actually starting to get fucking weird about it. And that's not their job. Their job is just to fucking waste somebody's time and get information out of them. So imagine that being the state of the world, right? The worst. And I feel genuinely so like much empathy for that woman because they tried to paint her to look like a drunk by the only video that they released of her was this live stream leak where she was hanging out with people on a personal live stream and being drunk, and she was talking to this guy that literally had honeypotted her. And bro, it blows your mind, right? Imagine somebody doing that. That's a man thing to do, in my opinion. But there's women that are gross like that too, because they've been brainwashed. There's women that do the exact same thing. There's women agents that'll fucking absolutely. It's been documented. It's been documented, dude. This has been going on for a long time. You know,
Hey, did you know
there's this
only owned for over 85 years?
crazy documentary about this compound that they tried to build in Oregon. They tried to build this hippie compound in Eastern Oregon. And it was this Indian meditation guru guy that ran it. And what ended up happening was it got infiltrated by a CIA agent who kind of took over, started drugging the Indian guru so he was fucking vacant and not a part of it, bringing in a bunch of fucking crazy homeless people that were unchecked and untreated for their drug abuse and mental illness. And then they ended up poisoning the salad bar and giving people salmonella in the area, and that's how they shut them down. Because of a CIA agent. Well, even if I'm talking about uncomfortable topics, my energy is still not terrible energy. I have no ill intent towards anybody. I don't. And I don't want to drain anybody's energy or be a miserable presence in anybody's life. And if I'm being miserable in my stream, it's because people are literally shitting on me. And that's my response. That's what it's always been. It's like an animal backed into the corner, like a raccoon backed into the corner. If all you have is people coming and seeking to harm you, you turn into a raccoon backing into the corner. Like 90% of what I've dealt with as far as chat goes on this platform has been people trying to be absolutely terrible. It's just a lot of people that want to be absolutely terrible, and it turns you into a fucking snarling raccoon in a corner. Yeah, I have thoughts about that too. That entire thing around that was suspicious. The thing around that was very suspicious to me, and he started talking about some things too. Well, he had a right to be paranoid. He is one of those people. Okay, so I never watched Aaron Carter. I never watched him at the time. I went back and watched his stream. I just went to one of his random streams. It wasn't anything that he was saying that was explosive or exposing or any weird thing. It was just him randomly live streaming. And I felt like he was not like a deceiving person. I felt like he was not a deceiving and deceptive person. I got a genuine kind of feeling from what he was saying. Like, he didn't strike me as a liar. He struck me as an addict, but he didn't strike me as a liar. So, it's so easy to overdose addicts. It's so easy to overdose addicts and make it look like they just suicided and overdosed themselves. It makes me really I don't know. I'm suspicious about everything though. I'm suspicious about everything kind of because now that we're looking at it, now that we're finding out things that were things that came out in the files about like people that supposedly were suicided, but there's actually or were we thought had just died normally, but now it's coming out that all of these conspiracies are actually true and all these conspiracies that surround these deaths are true. I kind of think that anybody that spoke up about any of the Epstein files stuff before it actually came out because it had to, because there was no more controlling it and it had to come out, they'd lost control of the damage control of it. They were offing people before. For that, they were offing people that were saying that. And I didn't want to believe that even in 2016. Yes, that's Lil Peep too. Lil Peep too. Lil Peep was an addict. He was towing the line of overdosing all the time, but he was also talking some real shit, and he was planning on leaving his record company. And everybody knows that artist is worth a lot more dead than alive in that circumstance. Yeah, that too. I mean, see, Kevin, that means it's over for them, though. I think it's all a controlled demolition. I think it's a controlled demolition by them because they know it's over. Because when aliens are proven to exist, then we see a different way of life. Because anybody that has the technology and the ability to travel, if they had nefarious plans for us, we would already be wiped out. That's what I think. How are they going to push that narrative? Right? Yes. Yeah. But what we have to understand, and this is the most important part, is that the most important things in the universe are consciousness locked. These things are consciousness locked. All of these portals, all of these things, all of these dimensions, they're locked to the wrong people. They cannot access them without the level of consciousness. So they're not getting anywhere good. They're not getting anywhere important. They won't discover anything important because they don't have the level of consciousness to even perceive it. That's why all of the hippies have been telling everybody to raise their consciousness the whole time. The only way that you can even perceive higher dimensions is if you take your mind into higher dimensions. I think it has been disclosed to some people. I think it absolutely has been disclosed to some people. But like I said, the power structure on this planet, the people that are in charge of the power structure on this planet are absolutely psychos. They're psychos. They're greedy psychos. And I think that they would try to destroy anything that got in the way of it. They're going to try to destroy everything that gets in the way of it, but they can't. They lost control. They lost control of it. They lost control of the fucking facade. They lost control of the charade. So, I mean, I don't really worry about it anymore. I don't worry about it too much anymore. That's why I just do what I do, and it does get exhausting. It definitely gets exhausting, but just focusing on what, I don't think it's going to be 30 years. I don't think it's going to be 30 years. I think it's going to be this summer. The timetable I got was this summer. The timetable I got was July. I would be very, very, very surprised if something did not monumentally happen in July. That's just my thought, because that's what I heard a long time ago. And everything that he had said, this person had said that had happened before had come true. So I would be very, very, very surprised if something very, very substantial did not happen before July. July is the dog days, though. That makes sense. Dog days of summer, Sirius. Stars of Sirius. Australia? You're so lucky. You're so lucky. I don't think it's going to be anything bad about aliens. I think it's going to be something good. I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't think any of their fear shit should scare anybody. They tried to make everybody afraid of COVID. The only thing that we should have been afraid of COVID was their fucking clown vaccines. Their clown vaccines and them ruining the economy over it. And giving everybody solitary confinement that we didn't deserve based off some bullshit. I have gotten visited by an alien. I've seen UFOs on multiple occasions, and I had one weird kind of out-of-body experience where I saw something that was very strange. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Nobody can validate it. Nobody can verify it. All I can say is my own experiences, but the dreams are the most important things, though. The dreams that I've had that are unquestionable to me. The dreams that aren't really like dreams. I've been having very, very, very intensely vivid dreams for years. Years and years and years. So, that's why I say that the species, it can't just all be bad. I would not associate with any fucking bad or demonic or evil or scary anything. I don't want to be involved with evil or demonic or scary or anything humans. Definitely not going to be involved with something that doesn't look like a human that's fucking evil. But the ones in my dreams look like humans, though. So there definitely are, I think, species that we are evolved from that look like us. Probably already here. Probably already here. But definitely it would be cool. Yeah, I hate no dreams. Yeah. You know what happens if you don't talk about things is that you cause disruptions in your energy field that will cause you to get sick. If you don't speak your mind and you keep things inside that you need to release, you will make yourself physically ill. And people don't want to accept that either. If you stuff your emotions down, you make yourself physically ill. You stuff your energy centers full of negative energy, and they become blocked, and you cause physical illness in your body. It 100% does. You know, I was having absolutely crazy, wild dreams. That when I said that I had the out-of-body, it was when I wasn't smoking weed or eating edibles at all. It was complete sobriety. That was complete sobriety. Is when I had the feeling that I actually did a little bit of like out-of-body astral projection. The only time that I've ever done anything that felt like that is when I was sleeping. But that was different and weird. Pretty cool. Yeah. You know what I'm starting to do before bed is I've turned into a routine is it's almost like an hour now. It's like an hour now. Basically an hour before I go to bed now, I will remove all of the blue light out of my room, every single source of blue light, and switch it to completely dark, natural light for my body to start adjusting. I leave like music on. I always leave some sort of sound on because I have fucking tinnitus and I don't want to listen to my ears ring. But if the crickets are going, I don't. If the crickets can remove my ear thing, then I will just listen to crickets. But if not, I have stuff playing in the background. But I've started shutting my lights down a half hour at least, but usually more like an hour before I go to sleep so that my brain can actually shut down with normal circadian light. I've had that kind of astral projection when I'm sleeping and see myself in the room or I'm floating above. This was not like that. This was like me being outside above like that, but also seeing another being there. But it was only really quick because I got startled out of it. I got startled out of it because of the physical feeling of my body. When your whole body feels like it's numb, it's unsettling. It's unsettling. It's sleep paralysis, basically, but it's not. If you're doing full meditation, you're not asleep. Your body is only asleep. Your mind is wide awake. Your body is completely asleep. But that causes you to fucking panic sometimes. Not sleep apnea. That's what fat people have when they go. I'm not fat. I don't choke on my fat tongue while I'm sleeping. My dad has it now because he's fat. That's cool. A light. Yeah, I was gonna say, the psychic lady that I used to fuck with said that was the light of heaven opening up. She said whenever she would get like a thing, like a premonition or something, that would happen. She called it the light of heaven opening up. That's cute. That one of my most trusted, like long-term, like psychic mentors talked about that so many times. So many times. She said it would just open up in the ceiling and she would see like sky, like blue sky and shit, even though it was nighttime. It was like a portal window or something, but she said it was just light of heaven. Yes. I have been looking into this stuff my entire life, though. I'm a weird, hippie, witchy. I've always been interested in psychic development, consciousness, aliens. I've been Mulder. I'm Mulder from X-Files. I'm the alien hippie side of like belief in too much. I believe in all of it. I believe in all of it until proven otherwise because it served me now. I mean, aliens, interdimensional beings, higher consciousness beings, they're all very similar. You could confuse all of it. If it wasn't a negative experience, it was a higher vibrational being, you know? I think the government has abducted people in faked scenarios to traumatize people. I think the bad experiences that people have had with aliens were actually kidnappings by the government. I can't prove that, but I think that that's what it is. Because I think that people have had genuine experiences with actual interdimensional, higher vibrational beings. It's not negative. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That can just be any sort of spirit. There's ancestors, too. Ancestors say things like that. we lose touch with it as adults because we stop believing in it as much, but there's still, it's the same thing is always possible. More is possible than we understand. That's what Jesus was saying. Jesus was telling everybody that you have all of the power in your consciousness to develop it. Jesus was not telling everybody that they were going to go to hell and get punished for eternity. Jesus was a spiritual student. He traveled to India to learn Buddhist techniques. Jesus was a studier of multiple paths. He was just an amazing person. That's why people wanted to follow him. Yes. And exactly, they're so much closer. They remember their spiritual connection more, and they're just more in tune to it. That's why they can easily do it. But yeah, that's why they're targets of weird creatures, because they have so much more energy and power, and that's why they used them in the psychic experiments and stuff, like Stranger Things shit. People think that that's fake. That's all of that stuff is telling people stuff that actually happened. They always kind of like soft disclose stuff to us through media. They've soft disclosed a lot of shit through media and video games, and people just look at it as media, but it's usually has some sort of like basis, even the things that seem extremely far-fetched, and we'll find that out more as time goes by. We'll find that out as soon as Star Trek becomes reality and Star Wars. I mean, not like I don't think in a war situation. I think there's all sorts of species and all sorts of diverse looking, crazy, different beings that would make it look like a Star Trek thing, but that's what I believe. Maybe I'm full of shit. Do you need to go upstairs? Please don't just chase Ruth. She's just chasing me, but she's not doing anything. Hello, Sissy. Go fuck off so long I don't even remember what I was doing. I don't remember what I was doing. Where's my coffee? Fuck. Yeah. You can share whatever you want. Who cares what anybody thinks? People, if they don't want to hear it, they don't have to fucking read it. That's what I always say about my community posts. I'm like, if my community posts make you uncomfortable, don't fucking read them. I'm allowed to process through shit however I want to. If it makes you uncomfortable, I don't care. It's not about you. It's about me getting over shit in my own way. And if it's not the same way you get over shit, then I don't care. It's not about you. It's about me. Like, I don't care if my fucking vague community posts make people uncomfortable. It's not about you. Sorry. It's not about you unless it is. Why is it muted? What? Why? How? Look. What you doing? Why would it be muted? Hold on. Damn. Mike? Why? Oh, you can hear? Okay. I'm like, dude, I can't check it. I don't know. This is different. This is different. This one's different than StreamYard. StreamYards is really easy to see the levels. But this one's different. I walked off for a long time. I wasn't talking because I walked off for a super long time. I had something to do, but I don't remember what it was. Rain, by the way? Okay. Alright. Doesn't look like rain, but alright. If it gets cloudy and starts raining, I'll just go out and feed my plants again. But I can't do it in the sun. It's not good for them. Noon on the dot. I'm hungry. I might go make food. I might go get myself some food so I don't have to fucking cook. That'd be a nice treat. A mom treat. I want to get a mom treat. I'm gonna go get a mom treat. Alright. Cheers. Cheers. I'm gonna go get food. I'm hungry. Have a good Mother's Day. I'm gonna do art and things, touch grass. Have a good day. I hope everybody has a good day. I just wanted to say hi. I don't have anybody to talk to. But I want to talk to you because everybody sucks. Anyway, thank you guys for being nice. Love you. I will. Okay. Cheers. I'll see you.